Hello there, I'm Ariana Hunter, real estate broker and financial expert. And today we're going to be talking about, well, it's the real estate issues, and it's for people who are studying real estate in the industry. And this is a little more advanced subject or topic, and it's the debate between what has more weight. Does the appraisal has more weight, or does the inspection has more weight? According to what I know to this point, you are welcome to check the information out. It seems like there is, according to the law, it doesn't say anything about which one has higher value, according to what I have read. And I verify with the attorneys, and they tell me there's nothing written in the law that says that one has more weight than the other. And the reason I bring it up is because this happens quite a bit. When we have a transaction, usually the inspection goes first, and the appraisal goes second after the, for the most part, they want to inspect the home to see if they want to even continue with the process of purchasing. If they decide to continue, then appraisals are ordered from the bank, the lender. But what usually takes place in what it is old school, or everything's negotiable, but people don't seem to understand that. Negotiable means negotiable. A lot of people, what they do is, there's a segment in the contract where it says you take this property as is, and they're taking in the property as is in that present condition. But once they have investigation, usually what takes place is, well, if there's findings that they just they could decide just to take the house as is, even if they find out there's deficiencies in the house or the property, they could request to have those deficiencies or those things that are not working order to be corrected before closing. Or for the most part, they will ask for money to compensate so they could get those things done. And so what happens? Well, it could be that the seller decides to agree with the buyer and give him credit. The seller decides not to give him any money or make any changes or fix anything. And at that point, the buyer could decide not to continue with the purchase or continue with the purchase. The big debate is the appraisals. You could have a property that could have many things that are not working on it. And yet, in an appraisal, you appraise high because real estate is location, number one, it's heavily evaluated. And there are other factors, size of rooms, condition of the home, and that deters the appraisal, that determines the price the appraisal is given. So that's the debate. The house could be worth 500,000, and they it needs maybe $30,000 worth of work. Uh, so what happens? And a person who wants to buy a home and wants to get it at the price they want will fight and state that the inspection awaits the appraisal, because appraisals don't look into functioning items of the home. They don't go and check the stove, they don't check the roof, they don't check the foundation, they don't check piping. It's a general uh, overview. But, and that is a debatable. Like I said, everything's negotiable, and you have to come to agreement for both parties. If they really want the home, or the seller really wants to sell their home, and but the ultimate, what it boils down to is, what is the bank willing to finance? If the bank says that home is worth 550,000, and even though it has deficiencies, that home is worth 500,000, because that means that anyone could come to purchase this home, even with all the defects, and still have to pay 500,000, because according to the bank, that's what it's worth. So the great debate, stuff that we run into all the time in real estate. Neither has more weight, but depends who has the money, right? If If you're buying a cash, then of course the inspection is gonna weigh heavily because you want those things repaired, or you don't care but you want to know, or you want to ask for a discount. If you're financing, then the bank is the one who has they're gonna look at the appraisal and determine if they're gonna lend you the money or not, and then you have to decide based on the findings of the inspections if you want to continue or not. Usually there's a little negotiation, give and take. Sometimes both parties are a standstill and then there's no business done. Sometimes one gives in more than the other. It just depends who wants it more, who wants to sell it more, or who wants to buy it more. I hope this has helped you or confused you even further. Hopefully that you will keep that in mind when you are doing your transactions. I hope this has helped you to know the difference, that how things are viewed from the real estate perspective.